our assistant pastor today, and it was all about roadblocks. And I know a lot of our team, we have a lot of women of faith and background, and so I felt like a lot of this could really play in with Beachbody, even if you happen to be a coach who doesn't have, isn't into a religion or faith or whatever. But really, a lot of what I talk about had God and faith and how we try to do things, which is like the story of my life. We try to handle everything on our own and make our own plans in life, and like, okay, this isn't working out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to handle this, I'm going to handle this. And we take God out of the equation, or we start to put him more on the back burner instead of relying on him. And then we wonder why things aren't working. And this happens to me all the time. And I'm just super stubborn that way. And I don't know when I'll ever learn. So I thought a lot of these roadblocks really apply to us as coaches, because in this business, we know that there's just a lot of frustrations. There's a lot of excitement, and there's a lot of happy moments in this, and a lot of like, when momentum starts to pick up, or when you're getting new customers and you're seeing them have success, or those of you who started to build coaches and you see some of your coaches have success, those things are the highlight reel. But there's a lot of the low light reel in between, and what makes coaches keep pushing forward. So we're going to talk about a couple roadblocks. So the first one is, don't let fear override your trust and your faith. So obviously in the sermon today, it was like, don't let fear override your trust and faith in God, in his purpose for you. Same thing in this business. And if you follow many, many, many top coaches, a lot of them all have a very strong faith, and they will always say, Lindsay Matway is a huge one, right? She always gives credit and says, like, at the lowest moment or whatever, like, she wouldn't be where she was if she didn't have the trust and the faith in God that she did. And it's helped her stay faithful to the business, because even in the beginning, she just recently posted, and put it in Team Mad, but if you go back to scroll through her post, she showed that when she was a brand new coach, she worked crazy amount of hours. And so she had this crazy debt to get herself out of. She had this family situation with her daughter, and she was like, I need to do this. It's like fight or flight. And she says, like, I could not have done it on my own, right? And so she had to rely a lot on her faith and trust that this is what God had for her. And so in this business, you have to trust. You have to trust in the business itself. You have to trust in Beachbody. Like, if you don't believe that this is a company worth working for, that this is a company that's going to excel even more than it's already had, if you don't believe in the products and the mission behind the company, then you're going to have a really hard time excelling in the business. If you don't have faith in yourself, this is why I always stress about the confidence and personal development to really build up the confidence. There are a lot of top coaches and very successful coaches who say, I'm an introvert. I'm someone who's always struggled with insecurity, and if this was right for me. And they had to do a lot of soul searching and a lot of personal development and focusing on that. So again, don't let fear hold you back by saying, I don't think that I'm going to be good at this. I haven't been able to get the ball rolling yet. I'm just not cut out for this. I'm never going to be successful at this. That's that whole mindset, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. So you have to have faith in yourself. You have to have faith in your goals. You have to trust that your goals are going to help you. So that's why I always tell coaches, if I signed you up as a newer coach, I've talked on other team calls, a why that makes you cry. And this is why people have a why that makes them cry. It has to be something big enough to push you through all these obstacles and hurdles and roadblocks. Is there something, if it's a goal that is worth giving up, then it's not a strong enough goal. So if it's just like, oh, this is something fun to do and connect with other people who are just like me, well, then when you hit a lot of roadblocks and frustrations, that is not going to push most people to continue on. They're going to be like, it was fun. I like the coaches that I've met, but it's not worth my time. And you have to trust, is this your purpose and your calling? Like, do you love what you do when you're doing what Beachbody provides you? Do you love what you do when you're sharing inspiration with other people? When people tell you that you inspire them, you made a difference to them, when you see that you've helped a challenger or a family member or somebody make healthy changes, that's what the fuel is, right? It's the same thing when I was a teacher. You work all year long, and sometimes it's not till the end of the year till you'll see some progress in a student. but it makes it worth it. But man, let me tell you, it was a freaking long year for very little at the end, but it does make it worth it. Progress, right? So you got to trust in your purpose. Like, is this what you are meant to do? I share with you guys all the time. Beachbody was first presented to me when I was without a job. And now I'm like, why didn't I take it? I had all the freaking time in the world. But I was like, I don't have an income. So, and I didn't understand what coaching was. So how can I just wasn't sure that I could take on Beachbody. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go broke more than I'm already going to go broke. And so I kind of let it halt me. But it was at a point where I was really lost. I was really trying to get into a public school system where we live with Ryan versus where I was in Southern Maryland. And I was hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. Like, I couldn't get in. I didn't want special ed anymore. They said I would take you if you were special ed, but I couldn't even get an interview in the door for general ed. And I was so burnt out with special ed, I didn't want it anymore. So then I really was like, I'm done with teaching, but like, that's all I knew. I didn't think I could be good at anything else. So then I bounced from center to center, and I hated my job. And I always ended up at a boss that got worse and worse and worse as time went on. And we butted heads, and I was miserable, and I was more depressed than I was years prior. And I just was like a lost soul going through the motions every single day. But once Beachbody had come in, it was like something that excited me, something that brought me joy. It included fitness, which is a huge part of who I am. It's a huge passion of who I am. And even though I didn't have a lot of success in the beginning, and it took me a really long time, it just finally like awakened something inside of me. And my dad even noticed it. I mean, he still had no idea until like a year ago what I really did. He just thought it was some hobby thing. But he was like, something sparked in you. Like the old Jackie started to return, the one that had drive and the one that was like, you know, had a purpose and a mission. I no longer had that anymore. You know, I was like living on the couch basically. And, you know, everyone was like, what happened to, you know, Ryan was like, oh my God, I let this girl move in, and what is happening, right? So it gave me a purpose and a calling again. So what are the fears that we need to override? The objections, right? It sucks. I know it sucks. It's so easy to be like, go for no. Yes, we do those go for no 100 challenges of getting no from 100 people, meaning that you've probably now talked to over 150 plus people, because the more people you talk to, the more yeses you're eventually going to get out of all those no's. But it sucks. I'm not going to tell you that it feels awesome. I know some coaches like to say, oh, you know, which yes, by the 50th no, it's not as hard as the first 4 no's. But it doesn't make you feel like fabulous, okay? I'm never going to tell you guys that it makes you feel amazing. It doesn't. I know some of these coaches who do this goal for no challenge, and they're like, yay, you should be so excited by the time you hit 75 because now you've talked to that many people. Yes, you've talked to that many people, but it doesn't feel amazing. I'm not going to ever tell you guys it feels amazing when you've heard your 75th no, right? It's frustrating. It's overwhelming. It's like, it makes you question yourself. It makes you self-doubt, which is why personal development is key to keep getting you through. So all the objections, when you're putting in all these hours, like I talked about with Lindsay Matway, right? She broke it down. She broke it down for what she made as a bartender per hour and what she made as a coach. As a coach at the time, let's just say minimum wage was like, I don't know, 8 or 10 or 8 or 7, I don't even know. But anyway, as a coach, for the amount of hours she was putting in, she was getting paid like $3 an hour. So do you think that it was worth it at the moment? In that moment, was it worth it for her to keep going as a coach? No, it would have been more beneficial for her family if she went back to being a bartender, because she would be making double what she was making as a coach per hour. But now, when she's 8 years in as a coach and she's made over $8 million, if she were to have stayed as a bartender, she would have had to work over 140 years to equal what she's made, which clearly we know is not possible. So it sucks in the beginning's time. It sucks in the beginning when you're working a lot of hours with no pay. I don't make a ton of money. I put in a ton of hours, but I know that it's been building and it's been building. And I honestly cannot imagine going and doing anything else. I would rather to supplement, pick up a few extra classes a week, teaching live classes because I love it, than go and pick up another part-time job or something else that it's like mundane and I hate. So no, I'm not making a full-time income, even though I'm doing this full-time. I wouldn't be able to do that without him. But I'm there. I get it. However, my drive, my reason behind my goals is worth it to put in the time now. Doing our daily tasks, right? The daily things on our to-do list, adding friend requests, starting conversations with people, posting 3 to 5 times a day, checking in with our challengers, checking in the Coach Online office, starting, doing our follow-up conversations, inviting people to a challenge group, inviting people to the coaching opportunity, all those little things, doing obviously the personal development for me, I feel like is pretty easy. I'm obsessed with anything audio. The workouts come natural to me. And drinking my Shakeology, I can't imagine. I don't understand all these people that have all this extra Shakeology. I will never understand. But those things come easy. But like the daily things on our to-do list, but that's that compound effect. Sometimes it kind of is like, oh, okay, I got to do this again. I got to do this again. I got to do this again. But the momentum builds up. The consistency builds up. Fear of failing, right? I have a huge fear of failing. It's always been something that's held me back in a lot of regards. And I know that that's a huge thing for a lot of other coaches is they don't want to have to tell their family. They don't want to see for themselves that they are failing. Just the fear of like, what if I fail kind of a thing before they even start stops them in their track. And then another one is fear of succeeding. Once I hit a point where I was starting to do really, really well, I could see myself stopping myself, like almost like you're not good enough to get to the next level. Like, oh shit, what if I get here? Now what the hell do I do? Once I'm there, I'm at a new level of leadership or something, right? That stuff holds you back. I used to think like that. And I let that hold me back at times. So definitely fear of succeeding. Like, holy crap, what if I make this work? Then what do I do when I get there? Because I don't even fully know what I'm doing when I'm here, right? Fear of trying new things. So if what you're doing, the way you're marketing and the way you're reaching out to people isn't working and you have to try something new and step outside your comfort zone, that instantly is what stops. Oh my gosh, there's a spider on my wall. That instantly is what stops people in their tracks, right? So 2 great books for that are Go for No, and then by John Maxwell is Failing Forward. You can get it on audio. I've listened to it on audio before. I think that one is also recorded live on YouTube for free, but I think it's like 2 or 3 hours. Not sure. So this, like, that was a great picture. Repeat after me. I can do this. 99% of the time, your coach probably wouldn't have invited you to the opportunity if they didn't think that you could do it. But a lot of it comes down to not getting in your own way and letting fear stop you. Number 2, don't let roadblocks of disobedience be used as a tool to distract you from being used to help others. So easy to be like really lazy and like not take those little daily to-do list items as important, right? Because they seem so small. They're super easy to do, but they're so easy not to do. So being lazy about it or coming up with these excuses, right? Like, oh, I'm too tired today. It's been a really long day. I didn't get it done this morning. Now it's the end of the night and I'm really tired. Or I'll do it later. Oh, it's mid-morning already. Now I'm going to do this in the afternoon. I'll do it later. I'll do it after the kids have dinner. I'll do it after the kids go to bed. And then it doesn't happen. Or when it comes to Success Club, a lot of people wait. They have this like, oh, I do better under pressure. And so they wait until like the last week or few days of the month to hit Success Club. And then it's like this pressure of like now they're under like crazy mode, right? Or they have this mindset of like, no big deal. If I hit Success Club, I do. If I hit Success Club, I don't. Whatever, I'll just try again next month. If your goal is to bring in income, that is like the worst mindset to have. Because obviously you're going to be pissed off that you're not bringing in an income, but you're not bringing in income because you don't even have the right attitude on what you need, the steps you need to do that help bring in income. Bringing in new customers brings in income. So having that mindset of like, no big deal, is not going to help you with that. I don't feel like messaging people. That's getting outside the comfort zone. I know a lot of people hate the texting. So I absolutely love on Facebook Messenger, the big giant, to somebody. Let's just go to you because she's brand new. All right, just hit the microphone and you should see a big red record. Hold it down and send the person a message. 90% of the time, people reply back to me if I give them a voice message, especially if they have an iPhone, than if I do a type message. And it's a lot easier. And I feel like until I was a coach for a while, talking to somebody face-to-face in person was a lot harder for me than talking through a computer screen, right? You don't have to look them in the face, so it's a little bit less pressure, less awkward. But it is something to get you outside of your comfort zone, right? So I don't feel like messaging people. Well, personal invites, hands down, is how I get new customers and coaches. It is not by my big my big posts. I rarely ever do big posts anymore. I try to do maybe 1 or 2 a month because they don't give me any traction. I almost never get anybody from them. It's always through a personal message, or somebody may see my post, they won't comment on it, but then they will message me. So that's why I still do it. Plus, I want to let people know what I'm doing. However, personal messaging, reaching out and inviting them one-on-one. Even if I create an event, I will not only invite people through an event, I will personally message each person. Check in with them, how's it going? Bring up something that we've already talked about and say, hey, I invited you to this event. I thought it might be something that you're interested in. It's a 30-day accountability group, etc. That works way better for me than just creating an event and inviting people to it and then hoping that they see it, hoping that they click going, because most of them don't. And most people do not get the notifications of the event, or they get invited to so many that they just kind of ignore it and they forget about it. Personal messages are key. Or having the mindset of like, I suck at selling. That's the one I hate hearing from you guys. And I think I was like that as a brand new coach too, right? Because I'm like, I'm not a salesperson, because I'm really not a salesperson. But I've really learned that it's about sharing. And I've listened to enough top people. I've gone to how many of Shalene's things. I've been a part of how many of her programs. And it's all about how selfish it is not to share. And if you think about it in that mindset, it's a lot easier to share and invite people. If you think about it as, I have this amazing opportunity that has the potential to help people in their health and fitness, in the way they live their life, and financially for their families. It's kind of selfish of me not to share it, not to invite people. I know it's so easy, much easier to invite to a challenge group versus coach opportunity, but you're really doing a disservice if you never invite to the coach opportunity. And that's one that I didn't really do my first year, or I really was fearful of that. It was much easier for me to be like, hey, I'm going to run a new group than the coach opportunity. All right. But sharing is caring, and find the best network that works for you. If you are most comfortable on Facebook, you need to master Facebook first. If you've got Facebook down, then you want to go to Instagram and master Instagram, go and master Instagram. Or you want to go to Twitter, or you want to go and use Pinterest or your YouTube or LinkedIn, whatever is most comfortable for you, but you got to find one and master it. And I always recommend everybody master it and get really good at Facebook first before you go to other platforms, because Facebook, I think, is key right now. Okay, number 3, don't let the roadblock of hardship scare you from living your purpose daily. Instead, let it drive you and push you through. So I've really started to get into positive daily affirmations. And so one of those can be, now this is not an affirmation, right? So an affirmation is something like that you've already done, or that you are, that you say it in that way. However, this could be a goal for you that you say to yourself, okay, every day I'm going to strive to help 5 people. So you're reaching out and you're talking to people and you're inviting them to your challenge group. You're finding out what their needs are, and then you're sharing with them how you can help them. Every day I will share what is working for me. That's through your daily posts, sharing recipes, sharing your healthy snacks, sharing how you juggle mom, kids, house, job, fitness, how it all fits in there. Sharing what your workout is and why you enjoy your workout, or how your workout is helping you. I think coaches get so caught up in just posting a sweaty selfie and like, workout done, did my workout for the day. But share with people, like, why is it benefiting you? Why do you like your workout? What have you gained from your workout? Because that is what people are looking for. That's what they're going to connect with. Not just like, okay, she did her workout, good for her, you know? Again, I forgot who said it, but it's, you want your post to make people say, instead of saying, so what, you want them to say, like, why not? Like, why not them? Instead of being like, so what, you did your workout, you know? Every week I will share my opportunity. That's your coaching opportunity, sharing it with other people. And don't be afraid. Like, I know some coaches never go after people who are already showing that they're into fitness. I find that I get a lot better traction, and I've learned a lot from Melissa McAllister. She's a multimillionaire, and she markets fitness people who are personal trainers, people who are fitness instructors, people who are already into fitness. Yes, we're trying to help others that aren't, but heck, why not help other people who are trying to make a living anyway, and they're already doing fitness, because their market is going to know that they're already posting about fitness. So sharing that opportunity. Okay, I talked about daily positive affirmations. You can get an app. I downloaded one. I don't think it's the best one, but there's lots of them you can download that you can push a button or whatever, and it says like every day has like a new positive daily affirmation. You can actually load in some of your own, so that's what comes up. And if you've ever followed Mindy Wender, and I was pretty big into her about 2 years ago, she talked about, not only did she list out every single day, like 15, 25 positive daily affirmations, she recorded herself and she would listen to herself at night sleep. She's also a multimillionaire right now, so I know it seems kind of like funny, but clearly something worked for her. But when you say it, she would say, like, I am a great public speaker. She was petrified to speak in public. Now she hosts her own team calls. She's been on the National Wake Up Call. She's led other coaches' team calls. She's been a speaker at Summit. I mean, like, she's done a lot of public speaking since she became a coach, but she had to work on that because it was something that held her back. She was shy from a small town. So she would say, like, I am a great public speaker. She would say, I am a 15-star diamond. I am a great leader. So she needed to work on her leadership. She would say things as if she'd already done it. And so by hearing it and hearing it and hearing it, she's already a 15-star in her first business center, and she's probably multiple stars in her second and third, and probably onto her fourth. All right, so positive affirmations. So definitely from Mindy Wender, you can probably find some of her stuff on YouTube as well about that. And then there's lots of apps. So just go type it in, either go to Google to find like what apps to go to look for, and then find them on your phone, or just go to your app store. And then again, let your why make you cry, and then use it to fuel you. So if you have a lot of family members who kind of don't think that, you know, this thing, they think this is like some whatever hobby or whatever, nothing that you can materialize into something successful, let that fuel you. If you have, you know, a lot of people that are saying no or whatever, let that fuel you. So that's why I say you got to keep your why in front. And I love this one about entrepreneurship. Is living a few years of your life like most people won't, sacrificing some TV time, maybe sacrificing some other fun time to, you know, if you're really pushing for a certain goal, you're going to be putting more hours in and stuff to Beachbody. There's lots of things. There's times where I am more in here than I am out there with him because I'm pushing for something. So yeah, it's a temporary sacrifice. And if you listen to people like Melanie Mitchell, if you listen to people like Lindsay Matway or Janelle Summers, and they say things that they sacrificed, but now look at how they live, right? So living a few years of your life like most people won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. And I love that. And I let that push me. That motivates me. Okay, so those are my 3 for today about roadblocks. And then since it is the end of the month, I thought we would just touch base on the Success Club. Reminders of things that you can do. So this is our final week for hitting Success Club. Number 1 is to get focused. So not scrolling your Facebook newsfeed. That's something that I still have to do. If you have a like page, create an ad. And then really focus in on your target, like targeting, really narrow down your target market so that it gets to the right people. Make a list of 30 and then start inviting from that 30. Post a business-related invite with a call to action. So you could say especially some of us who are going to Summit, maybe take a picture from a previous year with a bunch of coaches, or a picture from Super Saturday with you and some coaches or whatever. And make a picture, make a post, and just say in a week or two, your new coach mentorship or your new coach Kickstarter or whatever you want to call it will be starting. Share some benefits that you've gotten as a coach, why it would benefit them, right? And then comment below if interested. Leave your email below if interested, things like that. Inbox messaging and tracking. So going back through your inbox, if you've been keeping a tracking, on maybe you use Excel, maybe you use Asana, maybe you use Teamsy, maybe you use paper and pencil, whatever you use for tracking, go back through those. Go back through your old invites. Use the voice message, like I said, in your inbox. Create urgency, like a deadline and limited spacing. If you say limited spacing, that helps some people. I usually say if you say for 3, and you got to give them a deadline. So I'm saying Friday for the deadline. Hopefully that will be a little bit of incentive. You can offer an incentive to join or to refer other people. Doesn't have to be a big gift card. You could you could find something from the Team Beachbody store. You can go to Target in the dollar section. You can get them sweat headbands. People love free crap. Schedule a 2-hour follow-up blitz, turning off all other notifications and focusing on messaging and connecting with people, and follow up. That's it. That's what you're doing for those 2 hours. If you are super close to hitting Emerald and you need one more coach, sign up a husband, a parent, or a sibling, a best friend. That would not only give you Success Club points, then it's going to help you advance in rank. Do not throw in the towel until midnight. How many days? I think it's 30. Just kidding, it's 31. So until midnight on the 31st of Eastern Standard Time, do not throw in the towel and say, oh, I'm still at 0. I'm not even going to try. I'm going to wait till August. Don't do that. Don't turn spammy in desperation. I see this all the time. You're so close to hitting the end of the month, and then all of a sudden we forget all the rules that we know about posting and stock photos and throwing out our links and Beachbody every other post, and it's just I gotta hit it. Spam out everybody, and then we wonder why we don't hit it, because we've just broken every single rule that we've been taught. So don't be spammy, but be genuine. Make several spaced out posts. You should be spacing out your posts anyway. I see some of you guys, if you're at a family gathering, maybe create an album on your Facebook page, or take one photo, and then as you're taking the rest of your photos of the day, use them to either create an album later that you post all at once in an album on Facebook, or use those to then pull from for later on throughout the week or the next week. Don't just post random photo, random family photo, right? Same thing. You want to space out some of your fitness and your workouts and your nutrition posts, your Shakeology, etc. Another one, share what you're getting from your workouts, how it's benefited you, and your Shakeology. People really think that we're these crazy shake people, that we drink the Kool-Aid, and how good can it really be? And if you just are showing had my shake today, had my shake today, had my shake today, they're going to be what the hell is in this friggin' shake? Tell them why you like it. Tell them how it's helped you. Maybe it's cleared up certain things. Maybe it has helped you lose weight. Maybe it's cleared up your skin, or it's cleared up your digestion, or it gives you energy. You don't have the 3 p.m., face hits the desk, whatever. You got to share those things, because those are the things that people struggle with, and that's what they're looking for, something to help them. So let me exit this.